What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me. 10,000 steps. We own it. Back out here at Somerset. Had to pick up something. Nothing important, just a shirt. It's a gift. Homie's birthday coming up. Came to get him a Detroit shirt. So yeah, I had to come out here, swoop that up, get that done. But I'm here, so I might as well take advantage of it and get some steps in. So that's what we doing. But I want to talk to y'all about friends and if you should refriend, homies that you kind of fell out with. Y'all went y'all separate ways for one reason or another. And my answer is that in most cases, no. Kind of like dealing with a ex-girlfriend, in most cases, it's just a no. Now, I understand there are circumstances where, it works, but in most cases, it doesn't, in terms of a relationship. And the same can be said for friendships. In most cases, it just don't work, man. Even if you're willing, all right, let's say whatever they did that caused y'all to fall out. Let's say they reach out to you and you're like, all right, I forgive them. I'm gonna be a big man, the bigger man. That was my homie. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna forgive what they did. Bro, listen, the friendship is never gonna be the same. I'm telling you. Take it from me, somebody that's been there. The friendship is never going to be the same. Whatever they did to disrespect the relationship that y'all had, the brotherhood that y'all had, it's always going to be there, all right? No matter how much y'all try to, I'm gonna go back this way. That music is loud. It's just sounding goofy. So I'm gonna go back this way, man. I don't know what that is playing in the background, but it's just loud for no damn reason. As I work, what they did that caused y'all to fall out to begin with, and I think I'm gonna actually just have a seat and finish talking to y'all about this, or not. Yeah, I think I can sit over here. Whatever they did that caused y'all to fall out, it's always gonna be there, man. Is there like a speaker right above me? Because that music is just, I don't know. Sometimes the music is louder than other times. It just feel like whatever this obnoxious song is, it is just blasting in this place today. But as I said, it's always going to be there. You guys are never going to get past it. You can try. You guys can hang out. It's going to be awkward. You could laugh and talk about old times. It's still going to be awkward. You guys can, try your best to do things that remind you of how things were before. The elephant in the room is always going to be there. It really is. It's always going to be there. I know this for a fact. I have been there. A friend who I treated like a brother, he did some ill stuff, stabbed me in the back. I'm not going to go into detail on it in this video. But he and I did not speak for 8 years behind what he did. 8 years. What he did, man, it really hurt me. Because as I said, this was a guy who I treated like a brother. And that betrayal really cut me. It cut me deep. So 8 years later, he reaches out to me. And, he apologized for what he did. Now, the reason why I forgave him, because originally I didn't want nothing to do with him ever again. But COVID had happened, right? COVID had happened. At the beginning, COVID was kind of scary. So I was a bit more forgiving. You know, I was willing to forgive people for stuff because it was just a scary time. We didn't know if we was going to live through this or not, you know, and in the event that we didn't, you know, it was people that, you know, I just kind of wanted to just squash the beef with. So he reached out to me. This was 2020. And I was open to, you know, forgiving him. But man, ultimately, I just couldn't do it because the more I learned about what he did and how he went about doing what he did, the way he went about stabbing me in the back, it just really kind of like pissed me off to where I'm like, nah, I can't mess with this dude like that no more, man. Like, things will never be the same between us. He wanted to hang out and stuff, and, you know, I humored it. You know, we went and we hung out a couple times. We watched the NBA Finals together at his place and stuff. So, you know, stuff was cool, but it was different. And I realized it was never, ever going to be how it used to be. Like, that brotherhood that we had was forever dead. It was no rebuilding it. Because what he did, I was never truly going to, like, forget it. I forgave it, but I was never going to, like, forget it. I was always going to be, like, side-eyeing him like, this nigga. You know, like, really. And he was never going to forget it either because, you know, it's hard to forget that we ain't been talking for 8 years. So we went from being chums to not talking in 8 years. You know, that's the fact that there's this huge gap in communication. It's going to forever be a reminder that something ill happened between us. But I asked him about different things leading up to, you know, the betrayal. And just, as I said, the more I learned about it, the more I was just turned off from wanting to be bothered with him because I'm like, this nigga really was planning to stab me in the back and he really didn't care. You know, and if he was able to do that to me one time, what would stop him from doing it a second time? Important thing, I'm gonna tell y'all, never screw over people who have been nothing but good to you. My biggest sin was being a good brother to him. This is somebody that had nobody, no friends, nothing. All right, he never had anybody looking out for him, never had anybody, you know, checking in on him. I did all of that. And that's why when I learned of his betrayal, it hurt me the way that it did, because it was truly like caught off guard. I never thought him capable of doing what he did. So that was my scenario, you know, that was my situation. And that's why I believe that, no, usually when you fall out with people for whatever reason, you can't mess with them again. Now, there are going to be circumstances where it's different. Perhaps for you, your betrayal wasn't as severe as mine was. And I know you guys are dying to know what it is. And in an upcoming video one day, maybe I'll go into it a bit more. But I'm going to leave it at just betrayal for now. But I couldn't look past it, you know. And now that I think about it, I don't think there's ever been a time in my life that I fell out with somebody behind them, you know, stabbing me in the back, that we were able to move past it. You know, you're supposed to forgive and forget, and that's true. I did forgive. Well, no. They claim forgive and forget, right? But I don't know, man. That's harder. That's harder to do. That's easier said than done. You know, because, again, you get to the point that even a face reminds you of how they played you. It's like, man, this nigga, really? So, I don't know, y'all. I think that once you fall out with friends, I think that's it for the friendship, the brotherhood, the relationship, whatever you want to label it as, the association. I think there are circumstances where you guys could probably fix it, but it really depends on how severe it was. If it was a stab in the back betrayal or something, y'all fell out over something stupid and y'all could probably just go ahead and fix it. Like, man, we was dumb. We was on some bullshit. We should have fixed it. But if it was like a harmful betrayal, something that like really hurt you, you never gonna trust them again. You never gonna trust them again. You never truly gonna be able to move past it. So that's why I say, no. Just like with an ex-girlfriend, in most cases, it just ain't gonna work out. It's not gonna work out with the homies either, man. When you forge bonds with people, once they're broken, it's very challenging to get them back together. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it there. Appreciate y'all connecting with me. I'm gonna continue walking around the mall, getting the rest of my steps in. Thumbs up, subscribe, peace.